as I was saying um, in the first part, these entities doing these things to us, sorry, those entities running this program related to DoD, from DARPA to even CIA, have had a obvious pattern that is disturbing, not only in the level of what they're doing to us, but the patterns of the employees there having these tendencies that are very pedophilia centric. So as I was saying, this bill, US 1413, was a bill, even though it didn't pass. Maybe there'll be another one that'll pass and try to do the same thing. And meaning that if even the bill was passing, that it didn't mean it was going to end anything. Matter of fact, it could have just been a way to create some kind of pretending we're trying to do something about these obvious issues. But even that didn't even go through at that time. So S1413 did not actually pass. Feel free to check. This is things that are, you know, for the public to see. This is not me coming up with, with any, like, this is information. This is public information that's available to anybody who's looking for it. So if you look at this, it's backwards, so it looks different here. But what you're seeing is US S1413. This is an actual bill that is for the public to consume. You see in blue, it shows when it was introduced, May 9th, 2019. And in red, you see something called dead. That's when this bill was ended. I guess didn't cross to the Senate. And so these people doing these things to us, and this psyop and this creation, like these facades, are people working for those entities where the reality of who they work for, who employs them, who empowers them to do these things to us, with letting them utilizing this amazing technology in a sense of amazing in the sophistication, are entities where pedophilia is a true problem, where there are these low-life bottom feeders who are contracted to implement this technology that can manipulate your brain in these disgusting ways. And why these disgusting ways are utilized is to break you down. It's part of the depatterning process they utilize to start controlling and manipulating you. And they use this trash coming in all shape and form. And I call them trash because at this point, it's funny, they dehumanize us and call us nothings. But you have people like that. And they're just an example. I really don't even want to put too much weight on them specifically as an individual, but just like the concept of what they are. There's men, women, childlike individuals that are involved in these things, that manipulate our memories. For example, this memory, let me just as a matter of fact, as I was doing the second part, they were trying to change the memory into something else. Let me just remind you what the memory was and that they're changing. Me, a co-worker, actually two co-workers of mine, one who was somebody who's directly co-working with me, meaning that within the same department, and somebody else in different department. That somebody else brought this 4-year-old, 3-year-old little girl, which is her daughter. We go to have lunch. And as I'm saying that, they're trying to create these ways of, like, they have no shame. The stories they can implant in your head, it can be as shameless as it gets, because shame is their enemy. Meaning they have no sense of how stupid it's going to look. Because I used to be working for this employer who sold industrial supplies. And they're the one who put me in this program. These people are very influenceable individual. And their influences is the reason why I'm put in this program. I rubbed some people the wrong way there, and now I became a target individual. And they're trying to kind of make them be something else, but an organization that is very conservative, and me rubbing the people the wrong way definitely had race relation in regard of that. But they don't want to show that. Yeah, they don't want to be perceived as that because they're trying to portray themselves as this like progressive, and it's so disgusting. But this memory was me with one of my coworkers from there, another coworker, going for lunch, and one of the coworker brought her baby, her little girl. And so in my head, I tried to counter that so bad. And so we're having lunch, and I'm seeing this little girl, and she's bored. And I look at her, and I do this funny face, right? Where I'm like, ooh. Matter of fact, even me doing that right now, they have done these disgusting ways of perceiving this moment. And this little girl reacts. She's just like, oh, she smiles at me, and she's just like, oh, she look at her mother. She's like, oh, and she's like all like happy and like laughing. The way they have changed this memory and created these ways of like you did that because there's so many nasty narrations like, oh, you wanted to get it to this kid, that's why you did this. You understand? The mother is next. They're right next to her. So they try to create now you wanted this kid, and then it became something else where even like when I was doing the face, they tried to change that the face because you did this when you do the funny face, you do the tongue thing too. It's like, oh, you see, that's sexual too. Then it became like when she started laughing and looking at him, they started making me you looked her up and down and like this weird fucking perception and make me imagine just me looking up and down. And they have these ways of manipulating memories. This is part of this very sophisticated technology that can create narrations and memory manipulations and these precise ways of manipulating to make you imagine a different version and perception of what happened. And then you have these perps like them who like, oh no, what this just happened is just we mapped this memory. Look at us looking at the phone. We mapped it. To try to get you to accept this false memory. And so you can understand when I'm talking about people who have no self-respect in the sense that shamelessness is nothing here. Shamelessness in these entities is nothing. This shamelessness in the fact that they are ranked top-tier pedophiles in regard to sharing child porn within this DoD network. This is in the freaking public. People can access this information that the DoD is have such an issue with child porn, you being utilized within the being shared within the same DoD network, using DoD devices, that they are ranked top tier in regard of all the network in the United States in regard of sharing child porn. Shamelessness is even applied in these tactics to what they do to us, target individuals. They have shamelessness when they try to make you accept a memory that you know is being falsified in so many ways, but they try to gaslight you into accepting this. For me, when you recognize gaslighting, you recognize it for what it is. They think if they act accordingly, I'm going to start believing this false reality. It's like saying the sky is green. You know the sky is not green, it's blue. But if I make you believe, if I keep saying, no, it's green, no, it's green, I make no, it's green, oh, it's so green. It's the greenest. The sky is green. People making noise campaign. Oh, and then they change subject. Oh, you're going to die. You're going to be tortured. So what does it have to do with the sky being green? You'll burn, you'll cry, you'll scream. And then they try to make it some story. No, they knew the sky was green. Then they start changing tonality. You have these people interacting with you via V2K. Now you'll cry. So you just said the sky is green. Are you trying to disorient me into forgetting this thing that you want me to believe that's falsified? You'll scream. You just told me the sky is green. He'll tattoo your face. You just told me the sky is green. It's the same tactics via V2K. Tell me that this memory, they wanted me to accept this false memory, creating this perception of these memories, and then me bringing up how obvious I know this manipulation is a manipulated memory. They start, oh, you'll die. We'll frame you. This is a falsified memory, and regardless of what you do to me, I know this is not what I experienced. They knew. I don't care what they knew. I don't care what they... I know that I did not experience this reaction that you're making me experience in my memory. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to disorient me into accepting this false memory. Because today, what's happening, even me right before making this video, I saw an ad. There's a child, a little girl in the back. I was sitting on my hand. They tried to create this weird thing. And they try to create some stimulation to make, and then make me accept, as if, try to make me accept that those stimulations, those arousals are naturally happening. I know they can force people to have sexual arousals. And they're like, no, but you see, little girls, it's real, you see? Yes, it's real that you're making me experience this nasty reaction toward little girls. That you said that you mapped it to me when I was in 13, 14, 14, 13. Just like the number of this bill that they tried to pass in 2019 as 1413. And you're falsifying a memory to make me accept what I'm experiencing today. You're manipulating the experience of what I experienced during this launch. Me being friendly and like being like trying to be funny to this little girl who's bored. Even me saying that right now, they give me stimulations. Because I can't even imagine that I was able to be normal and not get nasty reaction, because today that's all they make me experience. Especially with little girls. So wherever there's kids and little girls in my memories, they're gonna make me experience something so that today they can be like, no, we mapped it. And they have these clowns coming in all shape and form to try to get you to accept these false memories. These same people working for entities where pedophilia is a real issue, they go into my memories and manipulate wherever they can see little girls. Because today they want to say like, no, what we're doing, we're protecting women. Trash us. Bunch of pedophiles that are just loving the empowerment aspect of manipulating people this way. Which is part of this program that is just improving and this ability to manipulate and control human beings. And me not acceptive of that disorienting, oh, they're gonna frame you, we are at war. And then you have this retards talking in ways, no, then you're gonna die. Saying all random things because they want you to accept a false memory. While this trash contracted to make you accept these things, want you to forget the reality of what they do. Because this is what they like to do.
It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind. But you thought of it. Like this disgusting thing. And you saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they do. I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's through.
You hear it? Just like me, people around using whatever they're using, people around like this, and coming in all shape and form. Oh, when it comes to even validation of memory manipulation, this is a testimonial of somebody from another country because this program is global. If I go and I leave this country, I decide to leave this country and go somewhere in Europe, thinking that's not going to happen to me there, you'll be mistaken. Wherever you go in the world, this is going to happen to you. And trust me, I left the country, I was still having this thing. Even in some foreign third world country, these things were still there. There were still people coming or living around me doing these things. Everywhere in the world. And so you have testimonials from people all around the world. This is a testimonial in 2007. Listen.
Able to impose any information on the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts and images and imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain, they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory. This is the conclusion that can be made judging by the influence they have been making on me with their psychotronic weapons, for example artificial thoughts, imagination, and mental torture.
This is a 2007 at TI from some Eastern European country. There was this like list of like 100 people from all around the world, mostly coming from the USA, who decided to all share the testimonials to send that to some kind of entities in order to get help. People from America, Europe, Asia, South America, all together to let the world know this is happening. It's happening all around the world, and this is obviously related to some governmental entities. And we know the U.S. government are probably the leading entity running this program, and it's happening to us all around the world. And these men say they even play with my memories, where they implant information, and then somehow, like, stimulate some kind of part of my brain to make it feel like it's a memory, and then bring it back and make me feel that I experienced this in my memory in 2007. Matter of fact, right now, as I'm looking at this like memory manipulation that they've been working on how they can manipulate memories, stimulating certain part of the brain. This is like mainstream stuff. So obviously things are definitely more precise than that. It's much advanced, much more advanced than what we are seeing in the public world. But even within the mainstream world, the public world, meaning that this is information that is shared by articles that are within the journals. They're saying that there's already ability to manipulate memories, and we should start looking to ethics, the ethical aspect of that, because that means that somebody can have their memory manipulated, and that changes who you are, making you experience a memory that you didn't experience in whatever fashion can change who you are, because they want to change the notion of who you are. So that's why they go into memories where these little girls make me feel these disgusting stimulations. And today's like, you see, we mapped it. Little girls are little girls, because what's happening today? Every time these little girls forced me to get stimulations. And like, now we mapped it, see, remember? A memory that I know is clearly not what I experienced. But with time, this is fading more and more away. I just know I didn't experience it this way, but when I try to experience it the way I experience it naturally, I can't, because they've erased the original memory and changed it into some new version with the stimulations. And I try to do that. Okay, no, but no, you have that feeling. Maybe you felt like when you were younger, like when you were a kid. Delusional. Talk about me as a kid. That's comical. So what they do is me as an adult and change obvious memories that I know I didn't experience like this. And with time, with the isolation I deal with, you are being erased. And then you have perps, such as these people, around you with zero shame, wanting you to accept these false memories and disorient you in many ways. It is nasty. And I'm just thankful that I got to see things for what they are and able to express myself. So to end this video, I just want to say to all my target individuals, they will try to get you to accept all these manipulations, and it will be non-stop. My first video was on October 29th, I believe. Let me see. I think it was October 29th, 2020. And I think I have a recording of it. Yeah, 29th.
Yes, you have that memory, but the perception changes in that memory. And sensations are added to it. It's nuts. It's just so weird to even try to explain something like that, because it does feel so, so abnormal. But adding sensations, feelings, perceptions of things you weren't feeling, just to also create this narrative in this persona. And this really, is just,
It's to the point where you don't even wanna fall for any of your memories. You know, October 29th, 2020. I was saying that. Obviously, you can see I was expressing myself in the calmer way. Um, Things have changed even to the worse in regard of my abilities, but this is almost it's 3 years ago, and it's exactly what I'm saying today. So now it's even worse because more of your actual memories are erased. Memories that are so not too long ago, like not too long ago, erased and changed into something else. This is why I make videos to show this pattern of changing who you are, changing your memories, and then having trash like them, disorienting you in any way possible to get you to accept the manipulations that you experience. They say random things in regard of something else. Oh, you're gonna be tortured, our man is gonna rape you, and then you're gonna die. Just like I was saying, tries to tell you the sky is green. And you're like, what? The sky is not. You're gonna die. Our man not gonna torture you. You're gonna be suffering. You're gonna be crying. But you just, I'm talking about the sky is green. Then you'll suffocate. You understand? That's what they do. And they do that usually via V2K, which is this technology called voice to skull, where you can hear the interactions directly into your brain. So to all my target individuals, stay strong and do not identify with this nastiness.